this one, speaking of pain, Chicago Blackhawks plus 310, Colorado Avalanche minus 380 at home. Be raising. They'll be unfurling the Stanley Cup banner. 6.5 is the total. This line's not going to stop at 310, right? Like this thing, the Blackhawks are just going to keep lengthening and lengthening and lengthening. And I'm just going to be looking at it and looking at it and looking at it and just being like, at some point, I'm going to do it. I don't want to. This could be the worst team in the league against the best team. It is the Stanley Cup favorite, Colorado Avalanche, taking on the second favorite to win the Wooden Spoon, finish with the worst record of the league. Chicago Blackhawks, it's in Colorado. Every team has a price. Like, what number would you need? Is there a price out there?
I think I need a pretty big number. The ones I'd be considering, especially first game of the year, is maybe seeing what you can get on the Blackhawks early on, maybe a first period plus half a goal, something like that, or just looking for, Colorado to push the play late. We've seen how that can go, and maybe if they get in a situation where they're trailing, especially to this Chicago team, it's just going to be just playing in Chicago's end. I don't think much other than that. But yeah, for me, it's like, how often do you think Chicago actually win this game? 20% of the time.
Yeah,
like
that might be lower
that
than
still
that. Yeah.
Seems hard to, I don't know. So for me, I typically don't get involved with these types of games too much, and I don't think I will here.
The one silver, or I should say the one sliver of hope I could see for Chicago is Peter Mrazek. Like, he was a disaster for the Leafs, but most of that was injury, right? He didn't play. And the year before that, he was injured. But in a small sample size for Carolina, he put up great numbers. And we've just seen it from him that he can be a top level goalie. It's just going to be in a really small burst because he doesn't really stay healthy. And when he plays a little bit too much, he does seem to get exposed because he's such a kind of aggressive, hyperactive goaltender. That's the one kind of path I could see. And that's the same with any NHL underdog, right? You're asking your goalie to stand on his head.
You could see it's like some of those weekend games. The Predators won both, but it was pretty ugly. Like the first game was like all over. I was trying to analyze what I even thought of it. Like it seemed like early on San Jose didn't quite capitalize on some big breakdowns from Nashville. And then later on, Nashville were kind of pinning them in their own zone. And you could kind of see the difference in quality of depth players. But yeah, I think early on, it's just, that's kind of the angle they're looking for. Maybe it's a sloppy game. There's some untypical breakdowns from the Avalanche and they hang around, which is definitely possible.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for me, it's just, we'll see how it goes.
And the Avalanche, of course, they haven't named the starter yet, but it could be Georgiev and it could be his first start for a new team.